What is next for Team 6 Degrees?
You know what? I think that we should play another team that I have an idea about. I lovingly like to refer to them as Balls of Steel.
Oh, Balls of Steel.
Yeah, but it's not Balls of Steel. It's Wolves of Steel.
We're back.
We are. We're back. And we're back in action, and we want to kick some ass.
Yeah, see, maybe we haven't had the best of showings for our two matches.
Fistful of dollars.
2.
One more.
1.
Dead or alive.
What was it?
Dead or alive.
But we have 6 degrees of separation. What is it? What do we call it? 6 degrees of separation?
Yeah,
6 degrees.
6 degrees.
Will
Team
Smith.
6 Degrees.
Yeah. Team 6 Degrees. They're in our crosshairs.
We're feeling good. I think I'm a little more nervous than Brianne is because I
Definitely.
didn't do as well in the
You're
last
just
round.
more nervous because I had 2 drinks at the restaurant right
That's
before
true.
this. So that's probably why I'm less nervous this time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that should be my new strategy.
It should. Just take a little shot, get a little confidence
or
in
2.
you. Liquid courage.
That would help.
So coming off of that last match with Real Rejects, what a nail biter, right? Yeah, so a lot of people were wondering why Real Rejects didn't just finish us, like in Mortal Kombat.
What category would you like?
Look at this. What a move by the Real Rejects.
Well, that was their decision, and we took advantage of it and won the match.
Yes,
but man,
we thank them for it.
we do thank them for it. I mean, they're great guys, and they are good. We know that. They took the Wangers down to the last question. So much respect for them and for their win on that, for that matter.
It'll be like D2, The Mighty Ducks, which
Yeah.
is one of my favorite films.
Fantastic.
We're beating Iceland, so I'm just going to refer to Wolves of Steel as Iceland from
All right.
now on. We need Gordon Bombay. Can
We
that be
do.
Ken? Can that be Ken?
Oh, Ken is
he
our
be
Gordon
Gordon
Bombay.
Bombay?
Yeah, quack, 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 quack.
Team 6 Degrees, I love you. I appreciate you. I love that we're going to have 3/4 of this table be filled with super hot, smart ladies.
Me too.
I have to say, I like your dog, Reilly. He's very cute. I'm glad I brought him along today. I think this is going to be my good luck charm. And let's have a great match.
I have to say, Clarke Wolfe, I want to be you. This is basically, what's that movie?
Oh,
Where the girl takes
single
a
white female.
Single white female.
This isn't creepy
That's
at
right.
all.
It's not,
Not
creepy.
creepy at all.
Totally not creepy.
Yeah.
You know what? Wolves of Steel are here. We got to go in. We got to go in hot. So 6 Degrees. Let's have a good, clean match, but you're going down.
All right, welcome back to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. It's the team edition. I'm Christian Harloff.
I am Mark Ellison. Christian, I don't break out the nice sweatshirt for just any old match.
It's gorgeous.
This is going to be something special. We have 2 teams, and the challenge today is which team can complement their partners better than the other one.
Well, and look, both teams are 1-1, and you have 6 Degrees, who had a really nice first victory, and then Team Trek, who's going up for the titles. They lost to them, so they're having a pretty decent start. You get the Wolves of Steel, who when they were announced as a team, everyone's like, well, those are your next champions. And they've had a little rough go. I think everyone has said that so far. They have been 1-1. The Real Rejects, some will say maybe even handed them the victory in their last match, but they have something to prove. And you look at what Mark Reilly has done lately in the singles competition, he's playing strong. Clarke Wolfe coming back, hasn't played in a little bit, so it's going to be interesting.
And we know the team chemistry that Brianne and Stacy have, that they're going to be bringing to the table. Mark and Clarke, they were 2 individuals that were stars of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown constellation. Right now, they have to play together in order to get the win. That's how teams work.
Well, here we go. First of all, here's the tail of the tape. 6 Degrees. You have musicals, rom-coms, and fancy entrances. And then you have the Wolves of Steel, horror movies, 80s movies, and looking slick and being classy. So there you go. That's the tail of the tape. Big win, much needed for both of these teams. Who will get towards the title shot? The other one's going to be a struggle. You ready to go?
Christian, there are 3 ladies in this matchup, and the best hair of anybody belongs to Mark Reilly. Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Introducing first, representing 6 Degrees of Film, ladies and gentlemen, Brianne, Miss Movies, and Stacy. the dance.
Wow.
That is an accurate dance.
This is from the TV shoot that they did on Grease, where it was like American Bandstand, and I would give Stacy and Brianne the medal right now.
That is commitment. Every time they come out here, it is commitment. You look at that entrance. What a wonderful entrance by 6 Degrees. You always know you're going to get a lot of fun.
And pom-poms.
Well, you can't beat pom-pom.
You know how do you spell pom-pom?
Pom-pom.
Very good.
Thank you. And their opponents, representing Collider Nightmares, with a record of 1 win, 1 defeat, Mark, Yodi, Reilly, and Classy Clarke Wolfe, the Wolves of Steel. Oh, Reilly looking scary there.
Stuff looking right
That's
there.
amazing. I don't know if that's Reilly.
I think that might be the classiest of them all.
That is a scary classy.
Oh!
There's Jason's mother. Look at this. That is scary. Is that Fred from Scooby-Doo?
Scary on multiple
My
levels.
Lord.
It looks a little bit like a deranged Scooby-Doo Fred. It looks more like Jason's mother. Classy Clarke Wolfe is Jason. Reilly attempting to murder someone who is a USC cheerleader. Reilly also an alma mater of USC. This is an insanely competitive match already.
Mark Reilly looks like a deranged librarian. All right, here we go. All right, so now it is time as the two teams sit down and the air conditioner hopefully goes on. It is time for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Mark, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody the rules of round 1?
Well, the Wolves of Steel are the favorites, but in this matchup in round 1, all you need to do is answer as many questions correctly as you possibly can. There's going to be 8 different categories in round 1. Everybody gets to answer. How you answer is you write the answer on your whiteboard, then you flash it. Try to hold it up so everybody can see it. Each question is worth 1 point. There is no penalty for missing an answer. Obviously, you are not allowed to consult with your team member, which is why we didn't sit you together.
Yes, and just making sure you say the answer also after you spin it around. All right, here we go. For the first category, everybody, the category of animated, a boy named Hogarth discovers an unlikely alien friend in which animated film? Hogarth. There you go, Hogarth.
Hogarth. It's like you're from a weird part of New Jersey pronouncing it like that.
Well, it's true. Hogarth. It depends on how you emphasize the ooh. All right, here we go.
You say tomato, I say tomato.
And 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. All right, Clarke, you're up first. Please say the answer. Show the board.
I said Mars needs moms.
That is what I said in the test round, and I was wrong also. Stacy.
I said what is going to be the wrong answer. I know it's not Labyrinth, but I just wrote something.
All right, correct.
Interesting fact,
It's not even
Labyrinth's not animated.
Mark Reilly.
Iron Giant.
That is correct for 1
Oh,
point.
wow.
And Stacy.
I said home.
Home. All right, well, all great answers, but Reilly, the only one pulling up a point here, so there we go. Mark.
Action
Kill her,
Adventure
Mommy, kill her.
is the next category.
Sorry.
The question in Action Adventure, what is the first name of John McClane's estranged wife in Die Hard?
Again,
Die Hard, also a battery that goes in cars.
That's very true. I'm not going to argue with you on that. All right, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brianne?
Sarah?
Incorrect. Reilly?
Holly.
Correct for 1 point. Stacy?
Holly.
1 point for Stacy.
Sharon.
All right, okay, so there we go. So it is 2-1. There we go, 2-1. The Wolves of Steel now with the lead. All right,
Interesting to see
got
the
it. We
tactic
got
of
it. Don't
Clarke
worry.
Wolfe adopting this movie strategy of having an answer and then writing a question mark to indicate they're not confident in their response.
Category number 3 is the category of comedy. Category of comedy. Who played the title character in 1977's Annie Hall? All right, now everybody's writing down feverishly here. Oh, very fast. It looks like Stacy's almost there. And we're getting to 3, 2, 1. All right, Clarke.
Diane Keaton.
Correct for 1 point. Stacy.
Diane Keaton.
1 point. Reilly.
Oh, man, Diane Keaton.
1 more point. And
I missed it.
oh, Stacy
Yay.
missed it. So she
Come on, yay.
0-0. All right, so 2 more points for the Wolves and 1 point for 6 Degrees. All right, Mark.
Miss
What's next?
Movies conserving ink early in the match.
What's next?
Drama.
Yeah.
Your category is drama. Who plays William, the father of Susan Parrish, in 1998's Meet Joe Black?
Did you see that film?
I saw it because I wanted to see the Phantom Menace teaser trailer.
And did you like the movie?
I saw the movie 3 times, never stayed.
Never saw it.
Never
Really
stayed.
saw the movie. All right.
Haven't
5,
seen one frame.
forget. We'll go with 3, 2, 1. Brianne.
Anthony Hopkins?
That is.
She's back.
All right. Correct. Reilly.
Anthony Hopkins.
Correct. Stacy.
Tim Allen.
Incorrect. And Clarke.
Anthony Hopkins.
Correct. 2 more points for the Wolves.
Damn
1
it.
point for 6 Degrees.
I want to see Meet Joe Tool Time Black.
Be interesting. Would Pamela Anderson show up in that one? All right. And now we're going to get to the category of family films. The first film in the Benji franchise was released in which decade? The first film in the Benji franchise was released in which decade?
Man, that's a rough question.
Oh, wow.
That's it.
Wow, all right.
That's it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. 3, 2, 1. All right, Brianne.
70s?
Correct.
70s.
Correct for Reilly. Reilly, you've been on fire here. Stacy.
1970s.
Correct. And
the worst
Clarke.
decade.
60s.
Clarke hit the 60s. Okay, so look at that. So 2 points for 6 Degrees and 1 point for the Wolves of Steel here. And now we're at a 7-5 game.
Wolves up, but 6 Degrees growling at their heels.
I'm going to leave now.
Horror thriller is the next category. Horror thriller is actually the next category. What famous horror movie character is played by Warwick Davis?
All right.
Famous horror movie
like that.
character played by Warwick
I like that Warwick Davis.
Davis.
All right.
You have never met him.
I like him, though. All right, Clarke.
The Leprechaun.
Correct for 1 point. Stacy.
Leprechaun.
Correct
I
for
doubt
1
I spelled
point.
it right.
That's okay.
Okay.
Reilly.
Leprechaun.
1 point. And
Leprechaun.
Wow, all around the board.
Big
There we
Warwick
go.
Davis fan.
9-7. All right, and now we're going to get to the category of fantasy sci-fi. Pains me to say that this is fantasy sci-fi, but how many films are in the Twilight movie series? How many films? I know. Listen, I don't like
That's
reading.
fantasy and science fiction.
It's also garbage. All right. And I don't know. Those movies, you like them. You
We
bought
want
the
to say
Cubs.
hi to Robert Pattinson, a huge fan of the Schmoedown.
Competing next week, actually, against John Rogan. All right. And here we go with 3, 2, 1. We're going to start with Clarke again this time. Clarke.
4.
Incorrect. Stacy?
Unfortunately, it's 5.
That is correct.
Two-parter last one.
All
It
right.
was
And
painful.
Riley?
4.
Incorrect.
I said 4.
All right. So they 1 point. They took a little bit of 1 point. So look at
Sad
this.
I got that right.
9-8. It is
9
a battle.
to
9-8.
We
There
have
last
one category left.
This is it. This is it.
Really? 5?
Yeah,
5. I know.
yeah,
Listen, that was
really?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, I know
so there's
that,
only
but that's,
three
I thought there was
books.
3
There's-
books,
No, no,
and then.
okay.
Are
hold
you
on.
guys? Are you
Yeah,
guys?
yeah.
I'm sad I
Okay.
know
No,
this,
no,
but
that's
there's
right.
4
4
books
books.
and 5 movies.
Got it.
Last
Thank
one's
you.
Here we go.
two-parter.
Let's go to the next
Everybody
question.
knows
Awesome.
Twilight, New
got it,
Moon,
Stacy.
Eclipse, Breaking Dawn Part 1, Breaking Dawn Part 2.
Thank you.
This is
Proud of you, Mark.
This is longer than I've ever wanted to spend on Twilight on the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. All right, here's what's next.
And I enjoy your companionship as well.
Yeah.
Romantic comedy is the final category in round 1. What actor can be seen as Daniel Cleaver in Bridget Jones's Diary?
All right. Did you see the third one, the baby one?
I have not seen a Bridget Jones film nor
Ever?
read her diary.
Well, I like the first
No.
one. All right.
Not seen a lick of it.
All right, and here we go. 3, 2, 1. Brianne,
Hugh Grant?
correct for 1 point.
Hugh Grant.
Correct for 1 point.
Hugh Grant.
2 points.
Hugh Grant.
2 points.
All
So there
right.
we go. All right, so that is the end of round 1. You got the Wolves to steal up by 1 point going into round 2. Mark, how does round 2 work?
Round 2 works with our dear friend and chest hair enthusiast Josh McCouga bringing out the wheel.
There he is.
There it
Wow.
is.
Coming off a big victory on Friday.
Yet another shocking victory.
Look, he's holding all the cards now against the Lions.
In his long career. So what you have on the wheel is 14 categories. Each category will correspond to a series of 6 questions. Each team gets a spin at the wheel. If you don't like what you spin at first, you are allowed a mulligan. Whatever you spin the second time must be the category you take. Each question is worth 2 points. If you're not sure about the answer, you can go to multiple choice, at which point the value of the question goes down to 1 point. There is stealing in round 2, and you are allowed to consult with your teammate on each and every question.
You will also have 15 seconds to answer each question. All right, let's go. So Wolves of Steel, you guys are up by 1 point. Would you like to spin the wheel first or second?
Yeah. We'll go
You're
first.
going to go first. All right, Clarke, give it a spin, please.
Aggressive play.
There's the spin. And you know they're going to be aiming for
Solid
horror here.
spin. They want horror. They
Oh,
got
rom-com.
romantic
Rom-com.
comedy.
Do they want to stick with rom-com? What do they want to do there?
One of the strengths of the 6 Degrees team.
Rom-coms.
Will that factor into their decision making?
Now, it looks like Clarke wants to hit that horror, though, so we'll see.
All right, we're going to spin
Going
again.
for another spin. All right, here we
For
go.
another spin, and
Gotta go
here
away
we
from that
are.
rom-com and that shaky-ass wheel that I land on.
They are.
They hit horror. Oh, man. They hit horror. They wanted horror. They got it, but look, Scott Mann's hit movie release dates. It didn't work for him.
That's right, Christian.
It's not
It is not a
guaranteed.
guaranteed 12 points, but it certainly looks like things are going the way of Team Wolves of Steel.
All right, here we go. This is the category of horror, and now we have horror.
Horror thriller,
Horror
actually.
thriller. All right,
An
horror
amendment to the 2017 rules.
All right, category of horror thriller. What is the name of Joel Edgerton's character in The Gift?
Right, yeah. Multiple choice.
Is it A, Gordo, B,
Yep.
yes, that's the one you
Sorry,
choose?
continue.
B,
Yeah, please go.
Lucas, C, Griff, D, Tanner.
It's Gordo.
Gordo.
Correct for 1 point. All right.
The host of the show didn't even want to read the rest of the options.
No, they said yes right away. I didn't know what was going on. Okay, question number 2. In which U.S. city does 2007's Paranormal Activity take place?
Ghost Town, USA.
It's not a stupid answer. Yeah. All right. And 5, 4.
Okay, we're going to say San Diego.
And that's correct for 2 points. All right.
San Diego Superchargers.
All right. Question 3. What was the name of the child character who becomes possessed in The Exorcist?
Reagan
Reagan.
McNeil.
That's correct for 2 points. All right. Question number 4. Who played the principal in the first Scream?
Henry Winkler.
Correct for 2 points.
Hey,
Looks like
The Fonz.
Question number 5. What was Norman Bates' hobby in Psycho?
Taxidermy.
Correct.
We also
Stuffing
would have
those
accepted
birds.
killing people.
And now for your
Hospitality management.
your final question in the category of horror. In The Sixth Sense, what happens when the ghosts get mad or come around? What happens?
That was the follow-up movie to Lady in the Water.
Yeah, I know. No,
Came out right afterwards.
No, this-
Big hit.
Actually,
Big hit for Shyamalan.
I'll go with it. 5, 4,
should we
3,
go for it or multiple?
2,
Okay,
1.
multiple choice.
It's one of those things,
Yeah,
you know?
I
It's
mean-
like, how are you going to word it on the question?
The wind starts to blow. B, it gets hot.
It gets cold.
It gets cold for 1 point.
You know,
21,
that's
10.
yeah.
Wow.
But whatever.
21, 10. All right, so look.
really hope we get a good one.
6 Degrees needs a really good spin because
Me too.
it looks like potential knockout here.
The horror category certainly paid off for the Wolves of Steel. Will 6 Degrees get as favorable of a spin?
What 2017 has proven is that the wheel has been nice to 2 people who hated it, Sam Levine and Clarke Wolfe. So
far.
Let's go. All right, so now Stacy, you're up. Please give it a spin. Now, Mark, you know they're going to be aiming for musicals.
They want musicals,
Oh, they want musicals.
Maybe romantic comedies.
Landing on DiCaprio movies. What do you think about DiCaprio, Mark?
Good.
You like that DiCaprio?
I am a big fan of DiCaprio.
Me too.
He was the kid in Growing Pains.
All right, 3.
Okay.
You're gonna go
We're
with
gonna-
it. They're
we're
gonna
gonna
go
do
with
it. We're gonna
DiCaprio.
go for
All
it.
right, here we go.
A very confident answer when they said, okay. DiCaprio movies. Who played Juliet opposite Leonardo DiCaprio in 1996's Romeo and Juliet?
Claire Danes.
2 points.
That's right. Horrific cry face, but a damn good actress. Name the movie from the quote, "As long as you can still grab a breath, you fight. You breathe, keep breathing." Name the movie from the quote.
5, 4.
Okay, multiple
3.
choice, please.
Your options are A, Titanic, B, The Man in the Iron Mask, C, Blood Diamond, or D, The Revenant.
5, 4.
The Man in the Iron Mask?
Incorrect.
That is
What was it?
All right, we're going to tell you in a second. You get a chance to steal for 1 point.
The Revenant?
Correct for 1 point.
Dang it,
That's
you
a
were right.
big
She
steal.
was right. She was
okay.
right.
That's for Wolves of Steel.
Sorry, kiddo.
Here we go. They need a few points here to avoid a knockout, Christian. Which of Leo's films also stars Cameron Diaz and John C. Reilly?
Gangs of New York.
2 points.
2 points.
A big
Okay,
2
that's
points
big, that's big.
for the Wolves. Excuse me, for 6 Degrees.
Yeah, they're avoiding the knockout right now.
Your fourth question. What is the name of the insane asylum / hospital in Shutter Island?
Oh, I was about to say Shutter Up. That's not the name of it.
But it is in the film Shutter Island, so you're on the right track.
We're gonna need to go multiple choice because we don't know.
Your options are A, Ashcliffe, B, Collingwood, C, Stonehurst, or D, Western Hills. 5. It's like they're whispering right into the mic.
Stonehurst.
That is incorrect.
No! Cool.
We go to Wolves of Steel.
Ashcliffe?
That's 1 point.
Look
Dang
at
it.
this.
Right on the edge.
All right, right on the edge. So right
Back
now,
on the edge.
now this is the 5th question here. Here we go.
What state does Leo say he's from in Titanic?
Wisconsin.
2 points
2
for the
points.
Cheesehead.
All right.
The Chippewa Falls Dawsons, actually.
All right, so they've avoided the knockout. It is
God.
23-16. We're going into the 3rd round regardless, but it is 23-16. Here's the final question.
The adventure drama Blood Diamond told about the African Civil War and a conflict zone within which specific country?
So we'll have to go multiple choice on this.
Your options are A, Liberia, B, Rwanda, C, Sierra Leone, or D, Zimbabwe.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Zimbabwe.
That is incorrect. We go to Wolves of Steel for the steal.
Sierra Leone?
1 point
point.
for the Wolves of Steel.
Wolves of Steel are having a hell of a game right now. Hell of a game.
8-point game going into round 3. They stole a few points off of 6 Degrees in round 2, but anything can happen when we get to round 3.
Can happen. Now they've avoided the KO. Now they've got to avoid the TKO. But let's get into the round 3. Mark, how does round 3 work?
Round 3 works as follows. Each team gets 3 questions. Those questions rise in point value from 1 to 3 to 5. We need a series of numbers ranging from 1 to 25 from each team. Those are going to correspond to the ones on our board. Now, what each team needs to do, once you hear the category of your 1-point question, decide which team member is going to answer said 1-point question. The other team member will have to answer the 3-point question. You can collaborate with your teammate for the 5-pointer.
All right, Wolves of Steel, you guys are in the lead. Pick 3 numbers, please, between 1 and 25.
Thank you, Christian. We would like 7,
7,
12,
12,
and 19.
19. All right, 6 Degrees.
6,
6,
16,
16, 3. All right, so Wolves of Steel, 7, 12, 19. The 6 Degrees ladies have 6, 16, and 3. All right, to avoid the knockout, for the 1-pointer, you guys chose classics.
Ooh.
6 Degrees. Who's going to be answering?
I'm your Huckleberry.
All right, Brianne.
Brianne, stepping up to the plate like Doc Holliday, your question is, Cecil B. DeMille's The 10 Commandments is based on what book from the Holy Bible?
Exodus.
She went to Sunday
1 point.
school.
There we go. All right.
I love Jesus,
All right,
guys.
so
I love Jesus.
now we get category 16, which, Mark?
Stacy Howard, your 3-point question comes from the category of Pixar. Pixar movies. Flick and his fellow ants are bullied by what in A Bug's Life?
Grasshoppers.
Look at that.
She's
All right,
seen
so-
that film.
So now it's going to take us to our
Seen that
5-pointer.
movie.
The 5-pointer will keep them in the game. If they get the 5-pointer, they go in the lead, and then the Wolves of Steel will have to answer. If they miss, the Wolves of Steel will win by TKO.
The final category they chose comes from the world of biopics.
Okay.
Biopics? Biopics. Doesn't matter how you pronounce it, you have to get this question right. In which film does Tom Hanks play a Texas congressman?
Can I just say it? Charlie Wilson's
War.
And they go
points.
into the lead.
5 points.
Forcing the Wolves of Steel now to answer.
Yeah.
Now the Wolves of Steel, they just need to hit their first one to tie the game, to potentially throw it into sudden death. All right, here we go. Category number 7 was your first choice. For the 1-pointer, you chose horror.
Are you
film.
Are you kidding me?
All right, I'll go for that one.
All right, Clarke, for the tie. Which classic horror movie from the 1940s was remade in 2010 starring Anthony Hopkins and Emily Blunt?
The Wolfman.
Tie game. There we go. Tie game. We are at least going into sudden death now, but it goes back to Mark Reilly to win the game here on category number 12 in the category of movie characters. Who played the character of Oda Mae Brown? Who played the Who played the character of Oda Mae Brown?
Clarke Wolfe holding her head, hoping her teammates
It's okay,
can
Clarke.
answer this right.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Yes!
And your winners! They are now 2-1.
Great match, guys. Great match.
The Wolves of Steel.
What a match. The Wolves of Steel got all they could handle from Team 6 Degrees. But you know, Christian, a lot like a classic horror movie villain, the category of horror itself kept rearing its ugly head against 6 Degrees.
It was, and I think that this is something I'm sure we're going to hear from Clarke, that this is the time it seemed like luck seemed to go Wolves of Steel's way. They got horror twice. It really worked out. They were on point. They worked well as a team, and that's why they won. But 6 Degrees, they played exceptionally. I mean, you look at what they did. They had a big deficit, almost getting knocked out, and they almost could have a chance to win the game.
25 points, nothing to sneeze at, but certainly an earned victory for the Wolves of Steel. And now we go to an interview with both the winners and the losers. Here to take us there, Emma Fife.
What is up, Movie Trivia Schmoedown fans? I am Emma Fife here with your champions, the Wolves of Steel, who I have to say as a fan, you guys look like you're finally shaping up to be the team that everybody imagined you would be.
We are that team everybody is imagining us to be. Come on, that was an awesome victory. We got a lucky spin of the wheel, so thank you, wheel. That bribe worked. But yeah, I think Clarke knows her shit. I know my shit. We'll take on anybody. That was a fun match. Hell of a game by 6 Degrees. They know their stuff, and that was a great match. What can I say?
Clarke, do you concur? You look a little more, or a little less confident, I should say, than Reilly does over here.
Well, that's why we're such a good team, because he's the backbone of our team.
Killer, mommy. Killer.
Exactly. This is really the perfect analogy for the two of us. No, I feel really good about the game we just played. 6 Degrees crushed. They did an amazing job. If anything, I'm disappointed in my performance in the first round. I feel like I could have done better. And you'd think with all these goddamn Die Hard questions, I would fucking watch the movies by now. I feel like Die Hard has sponsored the fucking Schmoedown. Yeah. But no, but you know, I'm glad that before we retire that wheel and get our new upgraded wheel, that it finally did not fuck me over. So thank you, wheel.
It did spin in your favor, but I have to say, Clarke, you say you're disappointed in your performance in the first round. You guys were looking like you were going to get a knockout in round 2 there.
Yeah, I mean, I feel good about how we ultimately ended up. I just would have liked to I would have personally have liked to have gotten more points on the board in round 1.
Right, so maybe you should have bribed people a little more to get that horror category a little earlier on in the game there. That was pretty impressive. So you guys are now big contenders in the team league here. You guys are 2-1. You'd really potentially get a shot at moving up in the game here. Are you going to take on ETC? They called you out.
Oh, EEC called us out. Oh, cool. Well, I beat Elliot Dewberry in singles.
You did.
The other guy...
My good buddy Ricky.
Oh, yeah. Doesn't know anything.
He called me out on my knowledge.
Yeah, I know.
Shame on you, Ricky.
I mean, yeah, they had a decent match last time. I say we beat them.
I accept.
Yeah, I accept too.
Beating them.
Yeah, that would be fun.
They've had a couple of good games, but they've had a couple of not good games, so I'm feeling pretty good about our chances there. However, we've had a couple of not good games, but we've had a couple of good games too, so we might be in the same boat as them.
Well, you know what? There's a new wheel coming to town, so let's do this.
Could be a major game changer. Now, Mark, you brought up the singles matches. I believe that if Clarke Wolfe beats JTE, you guys could be going up against each other in the singles.
I know. Well, guess what? That'll be a fun match, and that'll be a gentleman, a gentle person match, and you know what? If that happens, I'm going to walk out with you, Clarke, at the same time, and we're going to have a hell of a good match, and that's all I can say. If she beats me, more power to her, because she's one of my dearest friends. I'll take it.
Well, you know, and all I have to say is if I am to lose to JTE, there's no one who I would want to avenge me more than this guy.
That is some beautiful team spirit right there. Well, we certainly wish you the best of luck individually in the team matches going further, and we'll be back in just a moment with our unfortunate losers. I am here with the narrowly defeated 6 Degrees. Ladies, you had a great entrance. You had a great run. You hung on till the very end there. How are you feeling?
Feeling okay. A little bit drunk. But you know what?
Like actually drunk or drunk on losing?
Well, if you saw my pre-interview, you'll know the answer to that question. But anyways, feeling good, feeling good. A little bit embarrassed that I missed Diane Keaton.
It's okay.
Because I was overthinking the question. I was thinking Woody Allen, but then I was going back to what the question was, so that threw me off a little bit in the first round.
That's all right. You know what? I actually feel really great about our match today because we got a lot of the even harder questions right, and I think our downfall was they got horror twice. They got that category twice, and that is their greatest strength. So I don't think that's fair. I think that there's some voter fraud going on. And I would like
those
to
votes. We're gonna find out. We're gonna investigate.
I'd like to present some alternative
now.
facts to that. Okay, I think we did. I think we did great though. Yeah, fake news.
That is true. And all things considered, you guys did pretty well in that DiCaprio category.
Yeah,
I think you made the
fuck
right
yeah.
call to roll with that.
Yeah,
DiCaprio was definitely my teenage crush, but then like I
everyone's
started to
teenage
fall off after a certain amount of films. So I had to bring it back up again, and Stacy was able to fill in those gaps. So
Yeah.
that's why we work well as a team.
Yeah, exactly. I think we kicked ass today. I think we did great
I agree.
today.
And Stacy, you pulled out a big answer with the Charlie Wilson's War there. You
I
kept yourselves in the
fucking knew
game.
it. That's right.
What? I'm sorry.
Whoa.
Okay,
What's happening? What's happening here?
Look,
What are you two doing here?
Let me see that. No.
Look,
You're
we
gonna
know
like
what
this.
it's
Is good.
We know what it's like to pull an awesome game,
Yeah.
but still lose. We've been there. I mean, we just won one. Like the one we
Yeah.
had, we won. But you know, yeah, you guys have won.
Hey, but you know what we all have in common? We've both lost to the Wolves of Steel.
Yeah.
So I think we should do a sloppy second showdown, you know?
think
Best losers ever take on the other best losers ever. What do you think?
I feel like that I'm like you, and John is like Stacy. So I feel like this is a good.
We are.
I feel like this is a good versing competition. You know.
Hands in the middle. We can do like a chant.
I guess I'll do that too. Sure. Yeah.
We're in.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, that's it. We'll verse
On
each
three, best losers ever.
Right.
1, 2, 3.
Best losers ever!
Yeah. Sorry, you can have these back.
Thank you. Love you, boo.
And in what is likely the least interruption in Schmoedown history, it seems that we now will be having a sloppy seconds match between the Real Rejects and 6 Degrees here. Are you ladies up for the challenge?
I was just thinking
So
this
ready.
actually works with Grease because Danny calls Rizzo sloppy seconds. He doesn't want sloppy seconds, so that works well with our theme here.
Yeah. I also have a bun in the oven, a real bun, because we ate at Woodrange before. So there you go.
There you
Yes,
go.
Fantastic.
There you go.
Oh, okay, sorry. Ooh,
But they are delicious. Well, ladies, I look forward to seeing you take on the Real Rejects in the near future here, and to all of your future endeavors. Thank you so much. Back to you, Mark and Christian.
Well, there you go. I mean, look, Emma Fife asked the Wolves of Steel straight out who they're going to play next, and now the Wolves of Steel, they were challenged by ETC. So it makes sense. ETC is 3-2. The Wolves of Steel are 2-1. That's a potential. Whoever wins that could get a title shot. The Wolves of Steel are right in the way to get that title shot, but Team Heroes is right around the corner. The question now is what 6 Degrees is going to do. I think that the Real Rejects is probably a good match for them right now.
That's right. I mean, they clearly showed what team chemistry they had between Brianne and Stacy, but you talk about chemistry, and that was our question at the top of the match, is how well Mark and Clarke are going to be able to work together. Would they be as good as their names rhymed? They certainly were today. Wolves of Steel back on the right track.
All right, lots going on in the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Obviously, you guys, if you like this match, if you like this show, the important thing, if there's 50, 60, 70,000 of you guys watching, comment, like. It helps the show. You want to get that Rock vs. Kevin Hart match? Well, like and comment on this video and every other Schmoedown that comes out. That's what's going to help. Also, Title Week, it begins this Friday. Woo. You've got it starting with the Inner Geekdom Championship. The champion, Robert Meyer Burnett, defends his title against the man who almost took it from him at the Schmoedown Spectacular, the Nightmare himself, Hector Navarro. Then after that, you've got the Patriots versus Team Trek for the titles. And then on February 17th, the match we've all been talking about, the champion, Dangerous Dan Murrell, defends the title for the 3rd time against the challenger, the outlaw John Roca. That is going to be a big match. Make sure you check it out.
Make sure you guys join the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Facebook page started by fans for fans like you. That is Christian George Harloff. I'm merely Mark Ellis. Subscribe right here at Collider. We'll see you guys real soon.
All right, Movie Trivia Schmoedown fans, here with your fantasy update. Huge scoring afternoon in the team league. Listen, if you have the Wolves of Steel, you want to hold on to them. They are going to compete all year long, probably get into that title match shot. But listen, if you thought that 6 Degrees wasn't going to show up or they weren't going to score that many points, you are wrong. They are a team to be reckoned with. They're going to take on. They're going to have matches coming forward. They are high scoring. They have great chemistry. If they get the right categories, they know when to score. As long as they don't call her Sarah McLean ever again, keep 6 Degrees in your fantasy stable, as well as Wolves of Steel. Wolves of Steel, awesome in the fantasy league. We'll be back next week.
I initially announced that Mark Andraka would be going against you for your belt. I'm taking that back, and in 3 weeks from now, you'll be defending that title against Hector Navarro in an Inner Geekdom Championship match.
All right.
Hector Navarro, the guy is so tiny. I might be a little seasoned, but I taste good.
Robert My Burnett, give a shot at that belt, man. That's a beautiful belt. You got it right now, but it's temporary, okay? Because I'm coming for it.
Hey guys, if you like this video, click the thumbs up button. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It'll help you stay up to date with everything we've got going on here at Collider.